Mr Chair, I wanted to talk about the title of this bill, the Environment Canterbury Temporary Commissioners and Improved Water Management Bill. It's an oxymoron at the very least, because it's not around temporary. Commissioners are being put in place for the next 3.5 years. That's a very, very long stretch of time. That's longer than the term of a parliament. It's longer than the term of a local body in office. It's not temporary at all. It is totally misnamed as a temporary commissioner's bill. The second thing around this is the improved water management. And I ask the question, how will it deliver that when it bases itself and includes in Schedule 1 the excellent visions and principles of the Canterbury Water Management Strategy? Canterbury Water Management Strategy, patiently negotiated in a round-table consensus by good people in Canterbury, giving every commitment to a sustainable management outcome. That, in fact, is the primary principle enshrined in that schedule. Talks about water being a public resource, not one there for private gain without recourse to environmental outcomes. And it enshrines as its first priority, the environment. And only in second order does it come to uses such as irrigation and electricity. And I note from that schedule too that it refers to a cautious approach.
Just remind the member.
Thank you.
We're not on schedules. We've voted on those.
Thank you. Yep.
We're on the title.
No. Well, the title includes reference to management of water strategy, and the document is embodied within the title. But the point I wanted to particularly make to you, Mr. Chair, is this: that this bill is entitled the Environment Canterbury Temporary Commissioner and Improved Water Management Bill. There is no legal body entitled Environment Canterbury. Environment Canterbury actually is the trading name for Environment Canterbury. It is the name which the public knows it by, but it is not the name of the organisation. In fact, the name of the Regional Council is the Canterbury Regional Council. That is its legal status. That is its legal name. And I suggest to you, Mr. Chair, that at the very least this bill has been shoddily drafted, or I ask the question, and I'd like the Minister to respond. Tell me, how can we have a bill named after a trading name when in fact it is not the legal name of the entity involved? It is not the entity involved. Environment Canterbury is simply the name the public knows, the Canterbury Regional Council, not the legal name. So how can we do away, as this bill does, with the functions of elected councillors of the Canterbury Regional Council in the title of this bill, when in fact the name of the entity is the Canterbury Regional Council? And I say that the Minister needs to address this issue urgently, because I believe that this... Well, because I'm raising the question. I am no lawyer, but I think this is a very relevant question for the Minister to urgently address. He can rename it if he wants, and it'll be another indication of the shoddy and rushed nature of this bill if the Minister is forced at the 11th hour and 59th minute under urgency because he's not competent enough to see through a bill in its proper name and title. And if that's the case, well, it's a black mark further on this Minister, absolutely a black mark further on him, because it's a reprehensible piece of legislation, whatever its title is. It does away with the right of people in Canterbury to elect their regional councillors from the Canterbury Regional Council. Now the bill is misnamed as the Environment Canterbury Bill. It's inappropriately named. That is the trading name of the organisation. It is not the legal name of the organisation. And I say it's another example of the shoddy, rapid-fire approach, signalling this government's desire to simply get in place rapid new water management. It doesn't care what it does. It doesn't care what democratic principle it steps over. It will do anything it can to deliver fast new water so it can have quick runs on the board in the run-up to the next election. And there's the architect of that strategy. Here's the architect of that strategy entering the House. Quick runs, except when it comes to supercard changes, then there's quick reverse, but that's another issue. This is a bill which is inappropriately titled. It is not, in fact, the Environment Canterbury organisation. That should be the name of this bill. It's the Canterbury Regional Council. It's a shoddy bill led by a shoddy minister.
The Honourable Dr. Nick